Hi everyone, I'm from the School of Education, so now I'm talking about teachers and learners. And to make it more comprehensive, I'm using some verses in the national anthem of Australia to talk about the concepts in my study. Now let's start with the very first verse. Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. I see freedom here. Freedom gives the people the right to make choices. And in my education field, freedom refers to the autonomy of learners, in which learners have the right to make choices, and all decisions are made by learners and for learners. If we continue with the song, beneath our radiant southern cross, we toil with hearts and hands. I see the concept of motivation to move. If my learners are motivated to learn, they spend time and expend a lot of effort on learning very happily. In the very last verse of the song, to advance Australia fair, I see the concept of future self, the matter of identity, who will I be in the future. So in the literature of teaching and learning a second language, and in my case it is English, a lot of people have done research into the link between autonomy and motivation, self and motivation. So what I focus on in my study is the interrelationship between autonomy and the self of learner. So my question is, if my students are given more options to make choices in terms of setting goals, in terms of selecting materials and even assessment, can they see themselves as competent English users in the future? And then from that, are they motivated to move forwards or maybe sometimes backwards? So why in Vietnam and why more option? Because in English in Vietnam, in my country, is taught as a foreign language, and we have a fixed textbook, we have a lot of examinations. So as an English teacher, what should I do if a student of mine, for example, she wants to be like the winner of the Voice of Australia, she does most of listening, reading, writing and reading in English, but only about carriage. So, as a teacher, should I let her fly with her dream and maybe fail in my exam? Or should I force her with the textbook and forget her dream? My research will find out the answers to the questions. So in brief, in the slide you can say, A for autonomy in the arms of learners, I for identity in the future, and M for motivation, movement. So I am. The link between these is the focus of my study. So I am. I'm grateful for your listening.